Mark Waid, comic book creator, comic book writer, he is huge in comic books, man. Think of comics he's done: Kingdom Come, Superman Birthright, Teen Titans, Flash. I mean, he is a huge name in DC Comics, and he's talking about the DCU. He is excited about what James Gunn is doing. This is what he had to say. I have got a good feeling about this movie when he's talking about Superman. He says, I like James Gunn. I like his reverential approach. And when he says reverential, if you're not sure, that's kind of talking about respect, his respectful approach by and large to this kind of stuff. And reverential without taking it too seriously. So he's being respectful to everything, but not taking it too seriously. The movie has a dog in it, a super-powered dog with heat vision. Well, here's some confirmation that we may have Krypto. Sure, there's been rumors. Sure, we know that. But here's our confirmation that Krypto's in the movie? Possibly. He continues, so it's not any Zack Snyder. That's going to cause a little stir on the internet, I'm sure. Look, people are going to get upset about this. Mark Waid, though, he's kind of echoing what the audience wants to hear and see. This is something that is very, very, very important to hear and see, because think about this, okay? First off, we know that James Gunn is going to respect the source material. That's important. That's not to say, and Mark Waid doesn't even say this, it's not to say that Zack didn't respect the source material. That's not to say that Nolan didn't respect it. That's not to say that anybody prior has not respected it. But the thing about it is he's not taking it too seriously. That's kind of the part that you want to take out of this. Comic books are comic books. They're comic books, funny books. Absolutely, you can have serious stories in them. You can have serious moments within them. Absolutely. Come on. The story of Batman and his parents dying. You have even the death of Superman. You have Flash's mother dying. You have serious moments in these comics. It happens, all right? Crisis is a very serious moment. But you can't take everything about it so seriously all the time. And that's sort of what happened under Zack Snyder. Everything was so serious, so gloomy, and so grounded. And I think that's what got a lot of people upset at times. And that's what he's talking about. That's sort of what he's saying, is it's not taken so seriously. So, it's not any Zack Snyder. Well, somebody retweeted this, reposted it, and says, the marketing for this movie is really going to be, at least it's not Zack Snyder. And honestly, my response to this, my honest to God response to this is simple. Yeah, it should be a part of marketing, not necessarily from the studio, not from James Gunn, but from the fans, from the people who are excited, from the comic creators who are going to help push this. Those people who are excited about it should be mentioning, should be talking about how this isn't Zack Snyder's vision. This isn't the DCEU. Specifically, not Zack Snyder's Snyderverse. The further you can separate from Snyder, and even more importantly, separate from that Snyder fandom, the better. Because that larger general audience wants no part of that. That was very apparent by the failing box offices, by the fact that nobody cares about that fandom. That fandom has become so toxic. Again, that's not to say that you can't. That fandom, they can enjoy what Zack made. That is okay. You can go, you have those movies. You have a trilogy of Zack Snyder films that you can watch anytime you want. But I want more. I'm sorry, you're not going to get more. It's unfortunate. It happens all the time in film franchises for the last how many decades. It happens. You're not going to get more. But you have a trilogy that you can go back to and watch. You have that. There's no reason to continue your toxicity. But that's besides the point. The more you can differentiate and showcase that this Superman, that this DCU, that this new universe is not that universe, it's all for the better. And yes, that should be a tactic used. Again, not necessarily by the studio, not in their trailers, not in their conversations on panels at comic conventions, but if they have a conversation with these comic creators, those people that come out and they start saying, oh, this is so exciting, I love to see what they're doing. Things like what Mark Waid said, on point. You say things like that, you get this audience excited, because then you have people going out there and they're saying to their parents, oh, this is a completely different universe. And that's what's going to get the general audience invested in wanting to see it, just as much as the trailers will, just as much as the marketing will, just as much as James Gunn will. And that's what is going to work. Again, we're going to see this. We're going to see more and more people coming out and saying how excited they are for this movie, how exciting it is, because people are excited. You haven't heard it or seen it because everything was so tight-lipped, everything was so closed off. But as we get closer and closer, things are going to be opening up more. People are going to be talking more. Things are going to start getting out more. And that is what is exciting. Let me know what you think. I'm excited. You should be excited. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe. Share this around. Krypto Confirmed? I guess we'll have to wait to see what James Gunn says about that on social media. But let me know your thoughts. With all that said, I'll catch you all later.